All right, on today's episode of Something Major, we're recapping women's semifinals and men's semifinals. All right, everyone, welcome back. Two-man show again. Jack Sock, Sam Query, Steve Johnson, and John Isner are MIA. We've kind of got a lot of two-man shows this week. I think when we're filming every other day, it's tricky to get all four of us all lined up every week. But we also got the team at SIF with us. But this is big day for Jack and I. It's our first two-man show.
Yeah,
so
excited for it.
Very exciting. I just came straight from the TNT set. We just did our post show. I'm telling you, you haven't lived until you've done a highlight at the desk with John McEnroe, Andre Agassi, and Jim Courier, like all watching you. And like Adam Lefko, our host, who's the best, he's like, Sam, take us through the highlights. And like you can just feel them on you. Like heart rate goes like 200 in 1 second.
Like burning a hole in the side of your face. Like, they're just watching, just like
100%. Yeah. Just like hoping, they're not judging, but you think they're judging.
You're right.
But
overthinking the entire time. Yeah.
Overthinking the entire, holy smokes. I was like, am I going to say something stupid? And Andre's going to be like, what are you talking about?
But I also have a small shout out to Wolfgang. Taylor Fritz's physio just came by and did a little treatment on my foot that I had to do, and he's a massive fan of the pod. So I just want to give him a quick shout out. Like blast from the past, haven't seen him in a long time from playing. So the last like 12 days of the French Open, I would say 6 times a day, I'm getting someone coming up when I'm on the desk, like big fan of the pod. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. I was at a random gym here the other day, and some guy literally came by and wanted to talk about the pod. So
yeah, I think a lot of players are listening to it. They won't admit it, but I think when they're on that like bus ride from the hotel to the court, they're like, I might as well check out Something Major.
Let's see if they were talking about us today. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Man, we had someone on the desk the other day. Someone like it was either like Coco or like Jannik or like Carlos. It was like, love the pod. They're probably just watching the clips, but I was shooketh. Like, it was a big day. All right. Anyway, let's get into the first semifinal. Everyone's talking about Iga Świątek and Aryna Sabalenka. Let me start with Świątek came through like the gauntlet of draws, to get there. Sabalenka against Świątek. Sabalenka wins 7-6, 4-6, 6-0. Were you surprised with that result? Did you pick 4-time champion Iga? Do you think Sabalenka was going to win?
So on Something Major a couple days ago with John, I actually did take Iga to win this match. Obviously, kind of I saw it as 50-50, to be honest. I think obviously Sabalenka is the best player in the world right now on the women's side. She can literally out-hit anybody. She can blow somebody off the court. I thought with Iga's confidence on that court at this tournament, I just gave her a slight edge. And after she won the second, I was feeling myself. I was like, this is going to be a good pick. And then it was 6 games in a row, and she lost the third. And I was shocked at that. I think I think her forehand just went away. I don't know what happened. She just started like missing balls. Obviously, Sabalenka again can serve somebody off the court, can hit the ball, hit through somebody. So, but I was surprised at the third set result, not the overall result, I guess.
Yeah, I think it helps Sabalenka. The roof was closed, and like Sabalenka hits when the conditions are perfect, she hits the ball like Mach 5.
Yeah,
and she lit that third set was impressive, and Iga went away a little bit in the third, which is like
towards the end. I thought, it was
kind of strange, but dude, Sabalenka is. We use this a lot with. Remember when Novak or when Murray was coaching Novak, where like it's a vibes play.
Yeah,
I hate that I'm using this word, but like the vibes in the Sabalenka like camp are unreal. The coach, physio, like everyone's laughing, everyone's having a good time. We've had her coach Anton on the set at TNT like 5 times. Like he's unreal. But Sabalenka looks tough. Other women's semifinal, Coco Gauff took down Lois Boisson, the French wildcard ranked 361. Unbelievable story. I mean, 361 wildcard. She tore her ACL a year ago, came back. I'm not tooting my own horn. I called this one on the TNT desk. I was like, look, this is going to come to an end. Coco is going to crush her. I put the over-under on games at like 5. It was 6-1, 6-2. Like, these stories are fun. Like, I'm a big Lois Boisson fan. But like, it's kind of like the NCAA March Madness basketball. We all want like University of Alabama, Birmingham, and like Loyola of Chicago to like have the upsets. But at the end of the day, you do want like Duke playing Kentucky. Like we want
of course.
Sabalenka playing Coco Gauff. You think Coco's she had a good part of the draw. She had a good draw. Let's just say what it is. But she's beat everyone. You impressed with how Coco handled that? Because that could have been weird playing like a hometown French girl in the French crowd, and Coco's second serve can sometimes get a little weary. I was worried if she was going to maybe throw in a double and the crowd was going to go nuts.
Yeah, I think it was all about the start for me, the start of the match. And I think as soon as I saw Coco was clearly like locked in, comfortable, kind of cruising at the beginning, I was honestly very surprised that Boisson, like she didn't like really get the crowd going. She didn't even like attempt to like get them hyped up. Like even if you're the underdog or whatever, and you're in that, you're trying to focus, you're in that mindset. I get it, but like maybe I'm different. I just would have like played the crowd up as much as possible, tried to like mess with Coco, tried to like.
Yeah. Do you think it's hard though? Like you said, like she went down 3-0, so it's hard to. But you got to.
Yeah, but even the beginning of the second when it was like 1-1, 2-2 or whatever it was, like just like get something going and try to help yourself, because it was weird. I feel like she almost like looked defeated the whole time, and I haven't seen her play a whole lot, so maybe that's just her demeanor on the court. But she looked like she kind of was like just out of it from the beginning, which was a little strange. I thought just like playing that match in front of your home fans, I thought there'd be a little more like juice and excitement for everybody. But I also thought Coco handled herself perfectly. She obviously just went out there, just handled her business, got it done just very routinely. It was never a match, honestly, from the beginning. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, she got to feel good about it. But you're right, like Boisson like never could get the crowd going. She was kind of like that, even keeled most of the tournament. Although there were times during like the Pagula match and stuff where she'd kind of go like AI to the crowd.
Just give me like this one, just do something, like get something going. There was no You ever
play like a player you were in another country and you played a player from that country and the crowd was like all over you?
Actually at the French, I was actually playing Robin Hasse. I don't know why I remember this one. He's not even French, but like maybe the Euro crowd was behind him. Unlike that, like I don't know what the court 2 or whatever that has it like side.
Yeah, it's not there anymore
or whatever. Oh, okay, yeah. Like I remember the crowd was just destroying me the whole time, and then I started like almost chirping back at them, and then I tried to get them like on my side to help, and then we went 5, and then like towards the end of the thing, they were cheering for me, like I guess the American against like the Euro player, and it like felt kind of good, but. I mean, I guess I was probably different though. I always like try to play the crowd up and do a lot of weird stuff, and
it's fun. I honestly think it's fun when the crowd's like for you or against you. You just want like a passionate crowd. I literally don't think you care. Oh, by the way, you won that match 6-3, 7-5, 3-6, 6-7, 6-2. Wow, so you lost the 4-set tiebreaker and then bounce back like Sabalenka. And just dominate
the last set. Yeah, I was pissed off. I know, and the crowd that was one of the most hostile French Open crowds I've ever played in front of. I don't know why they were like so Hasse favorite for a while, but I got them to flip.
I feel like French crowds are the most hostile or like most rambunctious, or like they always go ba 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 like every court. But all right, so we got Sabalenka. Coco Gauff final. Who's winning? It's these predictions. I feel like get so hard late in the tournament because we've got first of all we got the 1 and 2 seed on the women's side and the 1 and 2 seed on the men's side for the first time in like 30 years, and like it's such a 50-50. But for the sake of the podcast, you have to give us a pick.
I feel like in our predictions on Nothing Major is so bad in general, so I'm just gonna go with.
They're tied 5-5 head to head, by the way. This is the tiebreaker.
I think if Coco plays how she did against Boisson,
I'm going to give you one more tidbit. Aryna is the odds favorite according to the betting line, 65% to 35%.
Okay, well I'm gonna take the 35%. I'm going with Coco Gauff, Corey Gauff.
Yeah, what's she gonna do to
Coco win? Gauff in 3. She's going to make so many balls. She obviously covers the court incredibly well. I think Sabalenka, obviously, if she's firing on all cylinders and she's hitting her spots with her ground strokes, she's going to beat everybody in tennis. I think Coco's just going to grind that out. Sabalenka is going to have a couple loose games throughout the match, and Coco's going to prevail in the end in 3.
That seems plausible, honestly. Like I'm going.
I don't love it, but I'm going to go with it.
I want Coco to win. I'm going Sabalenka.
Yeah, that's how
we talked about this before we came on air. It's going to rain tomorrow, so the roof's going to be closed.
I didn't know that. You just
Yeah. I didn't want to give you that before your answer. I don't know why. I just want to see what you're going to say.
Okay. Well,
are you changing your guess now?
No, I'm sticking with it. Come on, Coke. I'm sticking with it. But that would have changed things for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's slated to rain. I'm assuming the roof's going to be closed. If the roof is closed, I'm just going with Sabalenka. I feel like in perfect conditions, she hits the ball too big on both sides, and I think she's gonna overpower Coco. But Coco can play some defense. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. But I'm giving the slight edge to Sabalenka. But I want Coco to win.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a lot of it's gonna come out of Coco's serving, which we know can be issues at times. I think if she serves well or good enough, I think she has a chance. If she doesn't serve well and or giving free points, throwing doubles in or whatever, then definitely not. But
Sabalenka's intimidating to serve against, like second serve. Like she just hits. I mean, there's not going to be 1 second serve return that she kind of goes, oh, let me lay off this and play with shape. No, she's going to swing out. So Coco probably, I'm assuming like the game plan will be like high first serve percentage, just so I don't have to hit.
Just throwing like heavy kicks on the first and just like get the point going and then try to move her around and do the whole thing. Throwing some droppies, come to the net,
Yeah. We'll probably see that. All right, let's go to the men. I'm gonna go Djokovic and Sinner first. I just watched the entire thing. What I don't know. I'm not surprised. You surprised with the result?
No, I'm not surprised. No.
I feel like at this point, if Djokovic was going to beat him, he was just gonna have to place, hit drop shots, serve and volley. It just Sinner's been a robot the entire. He's a robot most, and I mean that in a compliment. Like he's like talented. He's yet to drop a set in the tournament. So dialed in. And Novak hung in with him early, and then when Sinner kind of broke late in the first, won the first, and then I don't know. Do you think at that point when Sinner won the first set, do you think Novak in his head thought, all right, no big deal. Like I can dig down deep here and win this in 4 or 5. I just don't think that. What do you think?
And to be honest, and when Wolfgang was here, we were on the physio table watching it. I thought Novak, even down 2 sets, I thought Novak in his mind was going to be like, I'm going to prove a point right here. I'm 38, 39 years old. I'm going to fight, fight my ass off. I'm going to try to get back in this match, show people that I'm still here. So that's when I thought, and I honestly, in the middle of the third set, I thought Novak was going to make a push. That's why I thought he might win the third. The fourth might get a little tricky. He might get that, but I thought Sinner would prevail in the end. And obviously he had 3 set points in the third set. But
he battled back in the third. That was actually very impressive from Novak. He re-engaged and had the set points.
Going fist bumps, going to the crowd, going to his box. And then I think he honestly loved I think it was a weird reverse role for him. The crowd was cheering for him to stay in the match for the first time ever, probably because he's usually dominating people. And then he always gets annoyed when people the crowd's we want more tennis. So I thought that was going to fuel him as well. And I thought it might go 4 or 5. But it just shows that Sinner's just, I don't know. He's just too good. There's nothing else to say. He's just too good.
You think the crowd was kind of cheering for Novak? Or I'll tell you there's 2 thoughts. Did they want the match to go 5, or were they thinking this could be the last time we see Novak here? I don't know if you noticed, when he left the court, he kind of looked at it and kind of gave one of these. And then we just played his press conference live, and someone asked him, is this going to be your last time at Roland Garros? And he said, maybe, we'll see. So it's always tough too when you you finished 30 minutes ago and you're was this your last match here? That's not a decision you make in the moment. But I don't think Novak can win a major if he has to beat Carlos, and I think he has a better chance against Carlos because Carlos can sometimes play some erratic sets. I think he could still win a slam, Novak, only if Sinner and Alcaraz get upset along the way, and he's got to maybe beat one of them.
Yeah,
most likely.
And I also
Carlos.
think not the French Open as well. I also think
exactly.
I'm excited to see Novak at Wimbledon because I think obviously that grass as tennis players, I think his game and his age and everything, points are going to be shorter. He's able to do a little bit more damage from the baseline. I think Clay's just, he's run these guys are just so good, and they got young legs. They got and they're just honestly a better version of him right to this day. Obviously not in the past, but I think Wimbledon will be I think Wimbledon will tell a lot, to be honest. I think we'll see the Novak at Wimbledon and kind of maybe gauge like his slam chances maybe from there on out, because these guys are just so good now.
He needs one of them to get upset by someone, if that can even happen. I mean, I don't know if it even can, but
and barring injury, I don't think that happens, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
but great effort from, like we said, to like even try in the third set. Dude, I wouldn't have tried in the third set. I would have just gone down like 6-1.
Happy to be in the semis. I'm gonna go home now.
Yeah, like I'm down 2-0 against Sinner, and it's been 2 hours. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, so that was impressive. Alcaraz Musetti. That's unfortunate. Musetti was balling out. Like, Musetti in the last 5 major clay court events, Olympics, Monte Carlo, Madrid, Rome, here at semifinals, he's like Mr. Consistent on the clay. Wins the first set. Second set, Alcaraz serves for it. Musetti breaks him back, and Carlos ultimately gets it in the tiebreaker. But there was a second there late in the second set where, I don't know how you felt. I was like, dude, Musetti might win this. I honestly thought Musetti was going to win it when he broke Carlos to go back to 5-all in the second set. What did you think at that point?
I am actually surprised that he even like won a set and was like that close, to be honest. Just based off the scoreline, I'm surprised by that.
It was a little bit like Alcaraz. Like, he does this from time to time. Like, he was a little sloppy in the first set. Musetti was just kind of playing like clay court tennis. But then like when they got into that second set breaker, like Alcaraz turned on the jets, won it. He went up like 6-1 maybe. I can't remember the tiebreaker score. But won it easy, and then yeah, bummer for Musetti to like go to like call the trainer out in the third. Then it was 6-0. And it was his groin.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, he's pulled out here before. He pulled out here against Novak in 2022, I think. But I feel for Musetti. Like, no one wants to like pull out in a semifinal, but I groin is tough too. And like that, when that goes, it's not like it's getting better. But what we do have is Alcaraz Sinner in the final. I think this is what the world wants. I mean, who like the 1 and 2 seeds, the best players in the world. Like, it's what career, the new 2. It's these 2 are the field at every event right now. So let's go with this final. Sinner Alcaraz. I don't even like. Look, I'm not betting on tennis. We could bet on tennis now.
We could. Yeah, we're retired.
It's like I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even want to in a way, because like I don't even know where I would go with it.
That's why I'm looking over here, because I don't even know what to like. I'm trying to like gather my thoughts on.
I'll give you like, so I've been thinking about it all week. Like, and this is gonna be fun too. Like, Sinner is 3-0 in the Grand Slam finals. Alcaraz is 4-0. So something's got to give.
Someone's taking an L.
Someone's taking an L, and I'm curious to see like whoever takes the L, will that like affect them at Wimbledon? Probably not. I doubt. Like, both of them are going to take L's.
If you've never lost in a slam final and all of a sudden you lose one, I feel like there's got to be a little like carryover. There's got to be like a little hangover from that.
I think they're both young enough where like they realize we're probably both going to lose like a handful of slam finals.
Yeah.
Look, Alcaraz has got him recently, including Rome. I'm going Sinner. I just like, he's been too good this week. Outside of the match today, the previous 5 matches, it took everyone like 20 plus minutes to get a game. Like, he was up 5-0, then 6-0-2. Like, I think he's going to be too dialed in. I think Carlos has been his like kind of kryptonite over the last year. It's been the one thing that he can't like overcome. And I'm going with Sinner on this. Maybe that's like the unpopular take, but like the eye test watching Sinner the last 13 days is like, you can't beat him. I don't even care. I don't think Alcaraz can beat him.
Yeah, so it's funny. I'm just gonna double down on that, to be honest. That was my gut feeling. I'm gonna take Sinner as well. I think, and honestly, I go back to a little clip I saw on social media when Sinner after whatever match they played recently, he was like, "You're gonna be the favorite at Roland Garros." You remember that? Do you see that?
Yeah, dude. I think
that's like a little. Maybe it was Rome or it was Madrid or something, or not. He didn't play Madrid, but I don't know where it was. But he's like, "You're definitely like the outright favorite for the French Open or on clay or whatever." I think that like fuels him weirdly, and maybe I'm just like overthinking this whole thing, but I think Sinner's going to go out. I think he's going to get it done. I really do. And honestly, watching him from the couch and on the TV, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do against him like that.
I don't either.
I was talking to Wolfgang when we were doing the treatment. I was like, what do you do against Jannik? This is why I don't play tennis anymore. What are you supposed to do against these people? Like, so
we were honestly like, even on the desk tonight, it's like Agassi, Courier. We were kind of talking about that, and they were like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what, because it's not like you can like change your game style and be like, all right, why don't you just start serving volley? And like, you can't do that. These guys don't do that. You can't just all of a sudden throw in like big high looping shots. If you don't practice those, you can change things in your game slightly, but not like in a crazy way.
No, that's what I was saying. I was like, I would probably, for me, I would just come to the net 100 times. If you pass me 100 times, which you're going to, and you're going to beat me, fine. I'll just say, I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to shake your hand to the smile and say, too good. But like, I'm not going to play you from the baseline. There's nothing I can do. Like,
let me ask you that. Assuming they both play their absolute best, does Carlos win?
Get a Gasquet, like,
because Carlos is a little more here, right? And like, Sinner's line is just like solid all the time.
I think if they're both at A++ firing on all cylinders, I give Alcaraz a slight edge. So I think maybe I think the consistency and everything from Sinner over 3 out of 5. I'm going to take Sinner. I think I'm going to, for sure.
I'm going Sinner too. Part of me thinks like Sinner in straights.
I could see that as well.
I trust Sinner so much right now on every single point that it's hard not to take him.
Yeah,
it's hard not. Who do we think? Who would Isner have taken in this? Let's pick for Stevie and John.
Isner would have taken Alcaraz. I don't know why, but I just feel that.
I think he would have too.
I don't know that if you watch though, like if you watch Sinner, I don't know how you don't take. Take him.
Let's assume they both would have.
I trust him more than like my family. Like I think he's gonna he's not like.
I think I would trust Sinner if you're like, all right, we're gonna go baseline game. Baseline point side to side. You got to make 100 forehands and backhands in a row, like quality ones.
Yeah,
I would trust him to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Isner's gonna take. Should we FaceTime him?
But either way though, it's the 1 and 2 in both. Is
he side buttoned me.
Dang,
dude, he shut me down quick. Let's see Stevie. Let's see if we can get Stevie's.
Stevie might be golfing. We'll see.
Okay, well then you can definitely answer if you're golfing. Just check.
Unless he's hitting
unless you're on the green right now.
On the cart or something.
Answer your phone, Stevie.
Oh well.
Oh wait.
My God, he answered.
We got Stevie.
Yeah. All right. Get his pick.
We need your Sinner Alcaraz. Who's winning the final? We need your pick for the pod right now.
Alcaraz in 5.
I knew it.
Alcaraz. They're both Alcarazes.
They're both. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves.
Absolute. One for the ages. Stevie Johnson. One for the ages. Hold on. Can you say that again one more time?
Yeah, I got Alcaraz in 5. One for the ages.
Wow. All right. Hey,
that's what we got. That's my pick. So I'm sure it'll be Sinner in 3.
As a fan, I'd rather watch like Alcaraz winning like 5 than like Sinner winning 3.
Sam and I both have Sinner.
I know. I think John has Alcaraz in 5. No,
we knew it. Yeah. So I tried to call him. He's just side buttoned me on the phone call. So he's obviously busy doing stuff. He doesn't want to talk to me.
All right, we got 2 Sinners versus 2 Alcarazes. This is gonna be good.
Yo, Isner's hitting me back right now. Actually, let me answer this. Get his prediction. Sinner, or Alcaraz in the final.
Oh, are we on the pod right now?
Yeah, Sinner or Alcaraz.
Oh,
and sets.
Alcaraz in 5.
Oh, you called it down.
You and Stevie were the same.
Just I gotta make sure I'm in a better view here. Alcaraz in 5.
Oh my God! Wow. Be more predictable. We know them.
We predicted both of those. We both took Sinner. And we said Isner and Stevie are both going to take Alcaraz, and then you guys both said Alcaraz in 5. All right, we're just wrapped up. All right, thank you for your. We're going to include this. All right, we'll see you.
All right, see ya. All right, I got one pet peeve. Like I got to bring up. Serve podcast with Andy Roddick. There's no rivalry or anything. Like all honestly, but it's a little suspicious that right when we drop merch like a week ago, the Serve podcast dropped merch today. So nothing major nation. Don't even think about getting any Serve merch. Like get this merch right here. But that was just that caught me off guard. We might have to have a merch off. Anyway, it's just like a little suspicious.
After we mentioned on here a few times that the hats are flying off the shelf, we had to literally reorder again because they're being sold out. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, Serve is now dropping hats of all things as well. Not even and why socks? What are the socks for?
All right, if anyone's going to drop socks, it's me. It's the Jack Sock edition of like another drop major sock.
Be us.
But yeah, just a little suspicious that when we do merch, they see it and then like they put merch out. But anyway.
Oh well, they say the best form of flattery is imitation, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's the semifinal I don't know, recap and final preview. We'll be back in 2 days for the finals. You got something to say?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, and then we have like for our bracket people out there, we have a bracket update. Sam's now in first.
Oh, let's go.
Sam at 478 out of 1,400. That's actually pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah. Then Stevie's at 602, John at 649, myself at 692. Somehow went from last to first. We said that the other day. Or I went from first to last. Sorry. Then we have Sinner, Glazer still number 1, and Joey Donut still at number 2. We talked about this the other day. Whoever, I think they have opposite. Yeah. So if Sinner wins, then Sinner Glazer obviously gets the dub. If Alcaraz wins, then Joey Donuts gets the dub. They get a hat. So
all right, we got one fan question too. Fan question here. Wondering if players give each other tips on how to play an opponent. Like the example is like Jessica Pegula. Would Jessica Pegula give Coco Gauff like a little game plan on how to play Boisson? You know, Boisson beat Pegula. Jessica and Coco are friends. What Jack? Do the players do that for each other?
I would say, I think if it's like us guys in the pod, if we were playing in a tournament, I would obviously talk to you. I do think that it's probably more coach to coach. Like I think in this case, I think Coco's coach would maybe go ask Pegula's coach, like, hey, did you see anything? Did you notice anything? They kind of do it maybe a little behind the scenes and kind of report back. I don't know if players are really walking around the locker room like, you know,
or if players do, it's like something very basic, like like she's got a good backhand slice. Watch out for it. Yeah, there's nothing exactly. I don't think it's too much like that. So good fan question. Good fan question.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. You got questions? Go to nothingmajorshow.com. Submit them. We're on X, TikTok, Instagram at Nothing Major Show. We got some finals coming up. We'll be back on Monday. See you guys then.